Guys, what are you up to? It has been a couple of weeks and I've gotten some comments asking me if I was okay. Concerned, actually, because I haven't been on live in a while. It's, I've been busy, getting established here in um, my new home or state, I should say. So I did get a job. It's a job that I'm not too thrilled with or happy about, but regardless, it is a job. When I took the job, even though it is for brutally low pay, a job that I wouldn't have taken in Wisconsin. When I was talking on the phone to these people, it was my intuition said this is where I need to be. Why? I have no clue. Um, but I applied to other jobs here, other interviews, and stuff like that, and I ended up taking this job. And right now, at the moment, this in these last 2 weeks, I've put in basically 130 hours. So I am generally working from 5 to 5:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. Today I got off at 2:30, and I'm like, let's do the. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Thanks for showing up. So I had the opportunity to come on. I thought about taking a nap, but I'm like, no, I haven't been on in a while. And I was thinking about it kind of all week because I'm actually going through this type of situation right now. Um, and that's the topic of today's live, which is divine timing. Hi, next level sweets. How are you? Oh, thank you. I'm doing all right. I've just been working this crappy job for very little pay. And right now, and this is more than likely the ego saying this, it's why did I move to the second most expensive state in the world to take less than a minimum wage job? Right. And again, this comes to the topic of today's talk is about divine timing. So when I took this job on, I applied to many, 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 but all of a sudden, when I was going through this, I felt a wave of energy come out saying, this is where I need to be. And if you guys remember a few weeks ago when in October 3rd, that night when I went on, when I had that visiting from the angel or that person that I put in there to come talk to me to guide me into where I needed to be, which was to move up to Sacramento. And I'm still in Sacramento. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room. One of my Patreon members here got me 2 weeks in this place, so I'm forever grateful to her and her husband. They have spent thousands of dollars on me, feeding me, making sure I'm in motels, even made my car payment so it wouldn't get repossessed. It's been a brutal pill for me to swallow, which is, as I've talked to you guys before, it's good to give. It's beautiful to give. Even when I was homeless, living in the Jeep when I was a little south here, I was still giving a lot of my food away to these homeless people. Even though I'm homeless and struggling, it's good to give. But in the same aspect, all right, Father wants you to be able to receive. If you will not receive, it is no good to give. I mean, it won't balance itself out, okay? So this has been a very hard lesson for me to swallow, and that is to receive help from others. Because in my past, when I was younger, I would always tell you, I'm not a fucking charity case. You can keep your money, you can keep your bullshit, right? I'm not a charity case. Go move on somewhere else. So having to rely on others to basically survive, even for your personal hygiene products, for food, your car payment, I have been incredibly humbled by the love and support of all of you, and especially to this couple who has been literally funding this. Without doubt, I would have died a long time ago. I have a very good friend. He sends food. But this specific couple, again, got me this room for 2 weeks, and I won't get paid for another 12 days. So they're going to sponsor another hotel visit. So I am able to take a shower. I do get a bed. I'm no longer living in the car. I am living in Sacramento. I have a job. I don't make much. It's under $20 an hour, which is very frustrating because, again, it's the second most expensive state in the world. Gas is over $5 a gallon. I'm not making enough to survive. And again, it comes down to this divine timing. Why am I here? Who am I here for? What, I thought I was meant for this. And when the angel said, he says, it's going to happen in a roundabout way. It comes down to divine timing, right? He said, you're in alignment, Jason, and you're powerful. You need to move. So I moved up here, right? Now I've got this job that can't even pay the bills, can't afford. Most apartments here in Sacramento area are almost $3,000 a month. Do you think making $19 an hour is going to be able to get me into an apartment? Nah. So the frustration builds. What am I here for? Why did you make me take a job that I can't afford to live on? I said, who am I here for? So it's what I always tell you guys, where you are in your life, and I have to remember this for myself, is that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you are doing. And I have to understand that with me as well, that I am right where I need to be. I took the job that I needed to be. I moved in here. I'm in alignment with my soul's purpose on this earth, in this dream, in this illusion. And those manifestations are coming in. But it comes when the non-physical, the universe, is ready to give them. I haven't reached that point yet. All right. So it's maddening, even though I'm working, what did I say, 130 hours these last 2 weeks? I'm sorry I haven't been on, guys. I'm not home. I'm not, by the time I get in here, I eat something, I take a quick shower, and before I know it, it's meditation time and I'm passed out. And I thank you all for those that have reached out to me and asking me if I'm okay. I'm concerned. I haven't seen you. Yes, I'm fine. I am just working incredible hours. I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I take a shower. I meditate. I try and get a little bit of sleep, but then I'm to work here at 5, right? And I don't get off work until 5:30. By the time I get home, it's closer to 6. Take a shower, 6:30, 7 o'clock, meditate. By 8 o'clock, I'm passed out. I just don't have time to get to you guys. Saturdays are 4 in the morning to noon. And then guess what I do for the rest of the day? I kind of crash and sleep on and off all day just because I'm exhausted. So I have a picture hanging in my front room that says, you are exactly where you need to be, to remind me of that. Exactly. Yeah, that is correct. So what the non-physical is asking of me right now is to completely surrender and flow, even though I don't understand why I took a less than minimum wage job here in California, why I'm living in a hotel, why people are paying for me to even exist at this moment. I don't understand. So as I've been asking Father, because I've been seeing a lot of like quadruple nines, quadruple zeros, angel numbers, meaning things are coming to a natural end and things are coming in and, everything's being aligned, is that I have to remember that question. I'm right where I need to be, even though I may not like it, like being in California. You have to remember that I don't like using this term because it makes it seem that I'm special, and I'm not special. And I want you guys to understand that. Nobody on this earth from the time we began incarnating here is special, including Jesus Christ is not special. All right. I'm a chosen one, which means when Father asked Jesus to come do his mission, he does the same thing to me. He asks me, and that's why I told you guys I've died over 3,200 times. I've been walking this earth for over 30,000 years, helping humanity like I am helping all of you now. in a brutal life. Okay. Nothing in this life has been easy for me. Nothing. I've never fit in. I'm the black sheep. My lessons started at PhD level from the time I was born. And what I'm going through right now is no different. I cannot tell you how hard this is. All right. I want to give up. I want to say enough. I want to tap out and say, I've had it. And I ask, what am I here for? Why? Who needs me? Who needs me here? Why am I doing this? Right. And that same thing is like, I'm exactly where I need to be. I am in alignment. Things are flowing. Right. And sometimes, and this is what I have to keep reminding myself every day, is that sometimes you got to take a step back in order to be launched forward. Right. So as a chosen one, you are, or I am, constantly being broken. Right? What happens when you're broken? Do you learn anything by walking on a calm beach with your ankles in beautiful warm water? Or when you walk out into a very rough surf and get knocked down, dragged over the coral, bloodied up, full of coral, come up bleeding, and your face is all scratched up, and you look at that situation and go, well, you know what? That sucked. That didn't really work out. You don't learn from anything being easy or painful, right? You learn or you grow from those moments that caused you pain, that caused you, in essence, to suffer, right? Because that is where growth continues. It's like when you go into the Army or the Marines or whatever, right? What does that boot camp do to you? You come in there as a cocky 18-year-old thinking this, hair down, right? And they break you. They can break you. Right? Until you emerge a different version, a much stronger version of yourself. And that is what's happening here, even with me still. Okay. Is that I'm being molded and broken. Right. So this new beginning coming in, I am ready for that. I'm going to be able to carry that weight of what is coming to me as being a uplifted teacher or a teacher of God, right? I still have to be broken, right? And it's not easy. It's not. And I'm sorry that I've been away. I've missed talking to you guys. I mean, every single day, I'm like, I've got to get to them. I've got to be able to talk with them and to teach. And sometimes, Father says, time out, time out. You're going to, it's coming. But this species wants instant gratification, especially in this time period that we live in with technology, right? You don't even have to leave your home to go grocery shopping. You can go to Walmart, Meijer, or wherever you want to go, buy your groceries, and they knock on your door and there's your groceries, right? Same thing with Amazon or whatever. We get instant gratification. Well, right now, that instant gratification is gone. I don't have that anymore. I'm I'm in a place I never thought I would be. 1, California. 2, working a job that I thought was over. And 3, for not even minimum wage here in California. Okay. It's a non-survivable wage. Why? I don't know. I'm not getting answers. I've asked. But my intuition is screaming, this is where I need to be. So can you imagine how hard things are? It's beyond comprehension sometimes. It's maddening, to be honest with you guys. So, and that leads me into the topic that as next level soul, the farther back the arrow is pulled and the greater the tension, the farther it flies. That's absolutely correct. That is what is taking place in my life. The bow is being drawn back, right? So then you step back into part of your old life that you thought was over, right? Because what happens when that archer lets go, that arrow is it's going to scream forward, right? And then all of these manifestations are coming in because he said you are in alignment. Those manifestations are coming. Those things are on its way when they say so. Okay. So when he said you need to integrate and um, you need to establish yourself. I finally understood that. I'm trying to get my plates for my Jeep established here, um, and I'm trying to find a place to live. And all of a sudden it dawned on me that I'm still trying to do things in Wisconsin, keep my Wisconsin plates, because to register my vehicle here in California is going to be $678. Do I have that kind of money right now? I'm down to like $48 in my account. Where's that going to come from? I have to believe that it's on its way. Somehow it's going to get here, right? Same thing with my driver's license. All right. I've got to fly to Texas. If any of you know Next Level Soul, if any of you know who that is with Alex Ferrari, I'm on his show on November 22nd. I'm going to fly down to Austin, Texas to be in his studio to talk about my near-death experience. I mean, look at how things are starting to unfold. But in order to have that, I've got to have that little star or a real ID. Well, I'm trying to do things in Wisconsin. They don't want that. Yes, I will be on Next Level Soul next month. Right now, I started this job. Now I've got to take off 2 days of work, a Friday and a Monday, because the Patreons in here that have got me this apartment, they also just paid for my flight to go down there, right? So look at what's happening. He is what, over 1 million subscribers. I'm only at 7,000 yet. A couple of years I've been going on, but I'm really more specific about what I teach. I'm not just talking about a near-death experience. I mean, I could talk about it all day long, but you guys are going to get tired of that. You want the nitty-gritty. You want the nuts and bolts. How do I achieve, all the things that you did? How do I do this? How do I do that? Why this? Why that? In order for that to be, I've got to teach specifics. That narrows my niche down quite a bit. Now, will my channel explode? Of course it will, when they say so. So I'm happy teaching those that are showing up on a consistent basis for me. That's because that's where you need to be, right? Hey, Marie. So they're flying me down there, but this whole week I've been trying to get this real ID that I had no idea even existed. So now I got to find out, because I'll have a regular driver's license, whether that's going to be good enough to get on the flight to Austin, Texas. So we're finding out ways that, yes, it's still possible, but it's going to delay you. So you need to get there quite a bit early so they can basically, possibly strip search you or take off half your clothes to make sure you're you and stuff like that. So I'm going through that right now. But then it dawned on me at work, is like, Jason, you need to be established. You're still trying to live in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's gone, pal. Okay. You're in California now. I need to get California plates, which means I need to fork over $678 to register my Jeep, right? Well, I need a driver's license in California, but I can't get an apartment because I don't have a driver's license. Okay. I don't have an official residence here. I'm still living in hotels. I mean, do you understand the maddening things that I am going through, guys? But I'm right where I need to be. I need to be going through this chaotic bullshit. And now I've got to fly down to Texas so I can be on this amazing podcast that I never thought would happen, right? And now all of a sudden, because I'm in California, here it is. He reached out to me. I signed the waiver form. It's a done deal. I'm going to fly down. I mean, that's kind of the things that I'm talking about. It's divine timing. Jason, you need to be established. Well, I'm still trying to establish Wisconsin. Wisconsin's gone, man. Okay. And I'm like, Jason, you need a California driver's license and you need California plates. And, I'm like, okay, Father, well, I need a couple grand because where's this money coming from, pal? You got me working a less than minimum wage here in California that won't even support a a garden house or a dog house with the wage I'm making. But again, you know, I have to believe that where I'm at is right where I need to be forever, however long. And that again comes back to the divine timing. As Next Level Soul said here, you are right where you need to be. Even though I may not like it or I'm unhappy with it, I'm right where I need to be. And to be honest with you guys, I'm very, about being here, right? But you have to understand that being the chosen one, Father came to me and we agreed upon what is taking place. So I put myself in California. All right. Now, this version of myself doesn't like it. It's very unhappy about it. But I'm the co-creator with Father. We came together. We came to the powwow and said, okay, this is what this is what I need you to experience. We agree to it. We create my reality. I put myself here. As crazy as that sounds, and this version of Jason sitting here talking to you is very unhappy about it. All right. So 2121 on the timestamp. Wow. But I put myself here. Those with the hardest lives often become the greatest teachers. Your story reminds me of the British psychic Nikki Allen. Anything and everything that could go wrong happened to her before Spirit rebuilt her life to show others. That's exactly what it is. Those chosen ones, the few of us out there, light workers, star seeds, to spread the light, to spread our vibrational energy to the masses, to teach, you have to be broken. I mean, not only broken, but crushed. I have never fit into this world. Never. From the time I was little, I knew I didn't belong here. I didn't want to be around the masses. I didn't want to be around any part of this crap. I didn't know what was going on with me. I just knew, I thought something was wrong with me, right? I loved so deeply, so compassionately that I was born into a highly abusive family where I was beaten, right? Beaten by an alcoholic parent. And you wonder, why me? And that is why I told Father back in the day, when I was 7, 8 years old, when my grandmother got me up to go to church, hey, Jay, it's time for church. And I kicked her. I said, fuck you. God doesn't care about me. God doesn't care. Clearly, he doesn't care. So no, I don't care. I'm not going. And that was my abandonment of God. Now, did I stop believing in him? No. But because of all of this, because of the brutality of the life that I've lived and the hardships of non-abundance, non-love, non-success, non-wealth, barely scraping by like I am now, relying on others for my basic needs is mind altering to me. It's something that I wouldn't have done in my early years. Like I said, I would have said F you. And here I am now in the second most expensive state, relying on other people, right? Because I'm still being broken. I'm still being crushed. And it's so hard to wake up and go and put a smile on your face and have a great day, right? Working with people. Now I'm in this new job. Nobody will talk to me. Okay. I work with one guy. We get along pretty decently. Nobody else will talk to me. Even the plant manager will have nothing to do with me. Nothing. Won't speak to me. He'll walk right on by me. He'll talk to other people, but he will not say a word to me. Nobody will, unless they absolutely have to. And then it's an over and done with and they're gone. I make them feel that uncomfortable. I get it. It doesn't bother me. And I prefer it. I don't even want to be there in the first place. So, but that's the kind of stuff I deal with. Right? Nobody wants to talk to me. Why? My energy level, my vibration is way, way high. Next Level Soul has had a near-death experience, so she knows what I'm talking about. When she existed on the other side, she simply existed as a frequency, right? Nothing more. Body not there. So how can she have this beautiful experience like I did without a body? Why? Because we exist as a frequency. a vibrational frequency that emanates. And the higher your vibrational frequency, the farther out your field goes, right? And if you're vibrating higher than others, you are going to make them feel uncomfortable to the point of where they hate you, because you're mirroring them, right? They're mirroring themselves. So they look at you, they see the darkness within them, and they hate it. So what do? They don't understand what they're seeing. They just hate your guts. Like everybody at this new job hates my guts. I just make them see the ugliness within themselves. That's okay. I know what it is now, so I don't have to worry about it. But nobody at this place. So now imagine I'm in a new state, away from my children, away from my grandchildren, away from everything I've ever known. Now everybody hates me here. My plates are expired. I need a real ID. I need to get established, which means get an apartment or a home or whatever. And I'm relying on other people because I can't even do it myself. What does that sound like to you? Bone crushing, demoralizing, right? And I'm sitting in a hotel, can't sleep very well. My body is in brutal pain. It's very hard to meditate unless I'm laying flat down on my back. So I can't even do that anymore, right? I am being absolutely crushed in every aspect of my life right now. And I still have to get up. I still have to put on a smile. And I say, when I'm talking to people, I love you. Have a blessed day. Thank you for trying. But, this is this. And in the back of my mind, I'm constantly saying, why am I here? What purpose am I here for? Oh, somebody needs me. Who? Who the fuck needs me? That bad that I've got to go through this, right? Where? This job? I can't even make ends meet at this job. I wouldn't have even taken this job in Wisconsin, $19 an hour. It's pathetic. Won't even pay my gas, let alone car payment or food or whatever, or the next hotel that I got to go sit in for the next God knows how long. But what does it come down to? Title of the show: divine timing. As Next Level Soul, the bow is being pulled back, right? And it's getting pulled back tighter and tighter and tighter. When that arrow flies and they let go, Jason's career is launched. The manifestations come in, but it's maddening up until that point because I still have to get up. I still have to go do what I need to do. Right now, I am grateful for the job. It is money coming in. I can get some things on my own. I can get my car payment made. I can get my phone bill paid. Right now, how well am I going to be eating? I eat a cold can of beef stew every day with some bread, or maybe a can of fruit. That's what I eat. And I'm working 12 hours a day and I'm putting in maybe 200 to 400 calories a day. Right. This is what happened to me my whole life, as well, my own darkness I worked through. Yeah, right. How is your self-talk? I had to get really strict with myself with it, realizing my thought and words impact every. That's exactly it is. And don't get me wrong. I've told you guys, when you need to talk to Father, do not hold back your tongue. All right? Do not hold back. Because I say, listen, pal, I'm sick of this shit. I don't know what's going on. What do you need me for? There's nothing here. Nothing. What's here? What do you need me for? Right? Talk to him. Right? And you got to remember that when you are aligned, what's happening to you is the remaining darkness is being pulled from me. So what happens in that moment, in those moments, I should say, right? You're going to experience bouts of anger. You're going to feel bouts of sadness, and you're going to sit there and cry, right? You're going to get downright angry, as I have been at times, frustrated. You're going to become tired. All of these emotions are being pulled and dragged to the surface as they leave you, right? Because the light is pushing out the darkness. You need to not only recognize those emotions, you need to experience them. Do not hide them. Okay? They need to be experienced in order for you to let them go. So when you think, Jason, well, I'm freaking out on God. No. I am doing what is meant to happen. I have to experience these things. All right. Now, I know I'm loved. I know I'm adored. I know I'm taken care of. He showed me several amazing lucid dreams, how this is all going to take place, but he won't let me remember it. So then it's maddening, right? When can I stop living like this? So experience them. Okay. Don't hide from your emotions, guys. All right. You need to experience them, but know that they're okay to go through that while you begin your ascension process, or you're going through your dark night of the soul, your awakening, right? Which is the ego's death. And when the ego starts to die, it's going to fight for its life. Even though the ego isn't real, it's a figment of your imagination. When you took on consciousness, fear, guilt, and the ego were created. So as you go through your dark night of the soul, and what I am going through, which you guys are seeing me go through, is the ego death, right? I have no passion for anything other than what I'm doing with you guys, and that is to teach. So being thrown back into this shit job it's beyond miserable, right? But I have to understand that that's where I need to be. But I also need to experience those feelings. I cannot boo-poo them and push them away. I need to let them rise. I need to let them come up, and I need to experience them. Yes, it is. Next level. Um, but I still, when I engage with other people, I'm still very kind. I'm still very loving. Thank you. I wish you well. Have a blessed day. I'm hard on myself. And when I have a chat with Father, it's like that. I say, listen, pal, this shit's got to stop. Okay. I've had enough. I can't, but to say I can't do anymore is giving up. And have I given up yet? Oh, no. No, I won't give up. I know it's divine timing. I know it's around the corner. It feels like ants crawling underneath my skin. That's how close it is, right? So to give up now would be, I mean, I couldn't even fathom it. Do I want to sometimes? Yeah. Right. And I've even said it like 2 nights ago, laying in this bed. You know what? You can fuck off with your divine timing bullshit. You know, experience those feelings and those emotions, guys. All right. But forgive yourself in the same aspect. Okay. Because this is where I put myself, Father, and I put myself. Okay. I have to understand that. And I do. I don't understand it right now, but I know I put myself here. Why? Because whatever's going to launch my career is going to happen right here. But how's it going to do it in this worthless warehouse factory crap? I don't know, but I have to believe that something is going to happen, and it will. And that's that. I get up, I take a shower, I do my normal routine, but I am so grateful. 33, look at that. Wow. Okay. That I get to get up and take a shower. I got a warm bed to sleep in. I have a can of food that I can eat. I have a job, however unpleasant it is. I'm working, like I said, I did 130 hours these last 2 weeks. That's money coming in. Okay. Money that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, living in my car in that sweatshop, I didn't have. Am I grateful? Beyond grateful. Absolutely grateful. And that's the simplicity of it. It's divine timing. When it's meant to happen, it's going to roll in. Just like October 3rd, when that guy showed up, that angel, Jason, you're in alignment. You need to move now. You need to go. They even shut down my phone. I told you about that, guys. They shut down my phone service until I left that place, that truck stop. Okay. My phone refused to work. I couldn't connect to the internet, couldn't make phone calls until I drove up here. Then my phone instantly worked. All right. Divine timing. That was meant to happen. And he said it twice. Jason, you put me here. Right? I put myself in California because what is meant to take place in California is going to launch me. What is in California? If it's the second most expensive state, you have some of the most influential, powerful people living in this state, right? And what happens when I go to Next Level Soul and that comes out? I mean, it could be a month away. It could be tomorrow. I don't know, but I know it's coming. So it is a true and complete surrender to what I have to go through. Is it unpleasant? Is it hard? Yeah, it sucks. It truly does. But in the same aspect, when I wake up and I'm going through the day, it's sunny outside. It's going to be November and it was 78 degrees today. I mean, come on. Right now in Wisconsin, I talked to my daughter today. My youngest, she called me up. She was upset. She's learning about love the hard way. So, and she said, Dad, it's only 40 degrees. Well, 40 degrees and cold. Well, it's 78 degrees and warm. So, there's a silver lining to everything, right? I love sunny weather. I love warm weather. I'm going to have a beautiful time this winter. I will not miss 1 ounce of seeing snow in any way, shape, or form. And when January and February roll around in Wisconsin, when it's 20, 30 below zero and snow, man, it's going to be 60, 70 degrees here. Thumbs up. So, divine timing, guys. That's what it's about. It's about the ultimate faith in belief that that your manifestations will come in. And when you are told by an angel, by Father, through that angel, that you are in alignment with your soul's purpose, your higher version of yourself, you are in alignment. How many people get told that here on earth, right? In their dream, in this illusion? 0. Or a very, very small percent. That's a phenomenal thing to hear, that you are in alignment. I mean, that is beyond amazing. And I think about it every minute, every second of the day. That means I am right where I need to be, going through what I'm going through right now, surviving on somebody in this chat room right now watching me. Without her and her husband, I would have been dead a long time ago. They've made my car payment. They made this hotel room, several hotel reservations. They've been buying me food. Without them, I would have been screwed. Complete and total soulmates. We set this up long before we even came here, right? Beautiful. I love them to death. Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here today, right? The reason I can get up, take a shower over there, the reason I can get up, eat a can of food, and enjoy a bed instead of, sitting in a 102-degree Jeep trying to sleep, it's because of them. Because they refuse to let me fail, even though I said I was going to. And they're like, no. And if I deny the money, well, they just send it anyway. So, without them, Jason wouldn't be here. It's beyond amazing. It's beyond mind-blowing to see that kind of love in this world today, right? Nobody cares anymore, and it's evident in the world. From what I understand, the government is shut down. People are losing their SNAP benefits, so children are now going to go hungry, right? And now I'm being supported by somebody else. I've had to learn how to receive. Not only receive, but to be grateful for it, truly grateful for it. That's part of my alignment. I've completed it. I've done what I've come here to do. Now the rest is going to come. My teaching career is going to come. Everything else is going to come. The arrow is being drawn back. I step back into an old part of my life that's ending, right? And now when I get shot forward, my life, from what I understand, is going to be extremely busy. Extremely busy. So to get established here, I need to find residence so I can get a real ID. Now, I can't get that in Wisconsin. I need a California's license. I need California plates. That's part of being established. I'm still trying to live in the past. Past doesn't exist. Wisconsin doesn't exist anymore. California does. This is my new home. Whether I want to like it or not, this is where I need to be. So I need to quit trying to live in a place that doesn't exist anymore, right? And that's part of the learning process. That's part of them shutting everything down until I can come grasp that concept that I am now a Californian. Ugh. But regardless, it's that's part of being established. And I finally understood that, like, Thursday, when I'm trying to get to Austin, Texas for Next Level Soul. And I'm like, I'm doing research, and yeah, I can do it, but it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I will make it down there. So Kelly Bryant, wish I could see the angels and grandmasters you chat with. You have to understand, hon, that I've been doing this for 30,000 years. Okay. That's why remember in my second out of body experience, when I said, how many times have I been here? How many times have I died? And my guide, Jeffrey, said it was an instant number, over 3,200. And I'm like, I've died over 3,200 times. And he was, yes, you're ancient. And I'm like, the fuck does ancient mean? We're all old. We're immortal. But meaning that Father has been coming to me for these very difficult situations to spread your light, to spread my light in the darkness of this world. No different than when he asked the master 2 millennia ago to come here to teach us who we are by example, through love, which is what I'm doing for all of you. And as you can see, the difficulties of what I'm going through, it's not easy. Okay. And I couldn't even imagine what Jesus had to go through. I mean, there's no way I could have done it. Thank God I didn't have to do it. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Not that I couldn't do it. I'm not at that level of mastery that he is. Right? So again, it comes down to going with the flow. Comes down to relaxing. It comes down to, I'm still trying to swim up the current, right? Because I'm upset about being here in California. I'm upset about basically everything of taking a job that I can't even survive on, right? But I'm still trying to swim up the river. I'm still trying to get back to Wisconsin. That's gone. I got to lay on my back and just go with the flow. And that's what I've done. I've accepted my fate. I've accepted the fact that I'm going to be bouncing around from hotel to hotel for a little bit until I can get established. I just have to be patient is really what it is. And that's what it is. I've lost patience because I'm just tired of it, guys. But I refuse to give up. I absolutely refuse. And if that means that I have to be self-reliant on other people for my very, very existence of maintaining food, getting from place to place, this, that, then I have to suck it up a little while longer. And that is exactly what I will do with absolute gratitude. NDEs are a blessing in many ways, but boy, do they also come with some real challenges. Seeing spirit and hearing them does not. Right. I mean, everybody wants this, like, I want to have an NDE. It's like, no, you don't. Because one, your life is forever changed. The person you thought you were is gone. All right. It's gone. You will never be that person again. You will lose family members. You will lose a spouse. You will lose children. You will lose everything, including who you thought you were. Right. Then you start to go through changes, bodily changes, like I went through my ascension process in 2023, lost a bunch of weight. Remember, I got all that sickness, and my body was reformed on a DNA level, on a cellular level, guys. It was beyond painful. It was brutal, my ascension. It is not fun. Okay, it's not all rainbows and puppy dogs and kitten cats and ice cream. It's brutally painful. It's lonely at times. You are self-isolated, and you are kept isolated from the rest of humanity. You may function in it for a little bit, like work and here or there, but other than that, you are separated. Okay, and then you go through bodily changes that are brutally hard on you. Then you emerge into a higher realm of consciousness. So when you look out at the masses, when I go out to go to work or drive down the road, I'm looking at everything knowing that this is simply an imagination. It's a dream, right? I'm looking at everybody out there knowing them that it's simply me. I put them there to make this dream seem real. And then you realize that all of this is meaningless and nothingness, right? But I still have to survive in it, because my time to awaken meaning to wake up and go home, or death as you know it, isn't here yet. I still have a lot of stuff to do, right? So the divorce rate is even higher, Andy. Right. The divorce rate, when you have, say, a spouse had an NDE, right? And I met a guy, his wife left him. She screamed at him, I don't even know who you are. You're not the guy I married. She picked up and took the kids, cleaned out the whole house. You're not my husband anymore. And she's absolutely right. Why? Because you are forever changed when you die and you come back. Because that person that died is gone, will never come back, right? So that spouse will leave them, whether it's male or female. It doesn't matter. You're not the person they married. You have a completely new set of priorities, and that fundamentally starts with yourself, right? You're trying to now figure out what just happened to me, and you're going down a path that they're not meant to go down. So now you, again, not only lost your life, but now you're losing everything else in the dream, in your physical reality. You don't want to have a near-death experience, because it is brutally hard. The aftermath, the life-changing moments, and now my awakening, you guys have been watching me now for the last few months go through this. Has any part of this seemed easy to you guys? No, right? All my comfort is gone. They stripped it from me. There's nothing comfortable about this. It's painful. Okay? So, don't ask for a near-death experience. It's not what you think it is, right? And I'm in the stages of the ego death, right? Where I've lost all passion for anything, like going out in the woods, going for a walk, going to the movies. I haven't watched TV since 2022. I don't watch the news. I mean, my whole life is gone. And that brought me into alignment. I lost my children. I lost my grandchildren. I lost everything, because I took the table, the altar, and wiped it clean of all the false idols I put there. Meaning, the only thing on that altar now is that of Father. My Father is the only thing that matters to me. Now, I love all of you. Don't get me wrong. I love coming on here. I love teaching you. I love being here with you. But I removed all the false idols. My love for cars, guitars, this, that, all false idols. It is me and it's my Father. That is it. And that's all that will remain on that. Now, does Father want me to have fun? Of course. Diane, hi, Jason. Been watching a while tonight. Glad to see you. Have to go, but we'll... Okay. Thanks, hon. We'll watch the replay. Sounds good. It's good to see you. But that's all that's there now. And that's all that I will ever put there. So when I do things, I don't say, in essence, well, oh, I love my Trans Am. I love my guitars. Isn't this pretty? No, that's a false idol. Okay. Now can say, oh, look at my new guitar. I really enjoy playing bass. Perfect. Right. Oh, look at, I finally got, the car that I've always wanted. I really enjoy it. Perfect. Right. We are to love one another. We are to forgive one another. No false idols are to be had. And the more you keep them, the more you will keep coming back until you understand that The only thing that belongs on that altar that you placed before your Father and your Father there with you is him. Period. Nothing else. Not Jesus, not your children, not anybody. That altar is for you and your Father. All false idols captive. Oh, I love Hawaii. I've always wanted to live in Hawaii. Now I live in Hawaii. I love Hawaii. That's a false idol. That needs to be forgiven. Okay? Do you see? It's kind of like when I showed you how in depth you are with your ego. It's no different with your idols. I love my new blouse. Oh, I love my new Ford Mustang. Isn't it pretty? Right? Oh, look, I got a bigger house. Oh, I love my house. All false idols, all need to be forgiven. You don't seem to think it, but I'm telling you now, those are all false idols. You can have fun, enjoy them, actually. Have fun and enjoy them, but don't tell them that you love them. It's an imaginary object. It doesn't exist. You don't even exist. Your body doesn't exist. You're living in a dream. So how can you idolize a dream over your reality, which is that of being one with the Father? Okay? So that's what he means by no false idols. They're false idols because they're not real. Your clothes aren't real. Your body isn't real. Your house isn't real. Your money isn't real. Nothing here is real. That's why when you see a family member pass on or awaken to go home, what did they take with them? Nothing. All that 401k that, oh, I'm going to spend it in my retirement, right? And they died at the age of 45 and have $250,000 now that you and your family members are going to squabble over and fight over. And in 20 years, they won't even be a memory with you. 100 years from now, nobody will have known you have ever existed. 5151. Look at that. Right? So, no false idols. Get rid of them. Forgive yourself. Nick Grossman. Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Welcome. And that's, that's just the simple truth. And that's part of your awakening. That's part of understanding that you simply exist as one with the Father. There is nothing else. As I told you, God is. There is nothing else. God doesn't give a shit about your marriage. God doesn't care about religion. Neither does Jesus, right? He cares about you and how you interact with other versions of yourself. As Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Why? That neighbor is you. That person down the street is you. That person on the other side of the shopping mart is you. Every person you see on this planet is you. That's part of the illusion, guys. So why does religion play any part in this? That's because you were taught horrifically wrong. Okay? It's like me telling you that Santa Claus is real. And you'd believe it because mommy and daddy told you Santa Claus was real. You walked down and saw presents underneath the tree and believed mom and dad, right? You believed that Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy were wrong. The same thing goes with religion. You were taught wrong. It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter to God. No angel came flying out of the sky and handed people a bunch of books that said, this is what God expects of us. No. When I left and I merged with Father and became one with everything, right? When I said I was one with everything, when I came back, I was pissed off. Why? Religion plays no part in any of this and why we're here. Okay? It matters zip. But a powerful institution has grabbed a hold of your minds and you believe a certain book to be the end of all books, that this is what we need to do because you all feel guilty and you feel that you all need to be punished. Why? It's what you were taught. You were taught wrong. That's part of my channel. That's why I grew my channel to teach you there is no punishment. There is no judgment. Who is God going to punish? Himself? It's like the 10 Commandments. I've told you this before. Who is God going to command? himself? No, it doesn't exist. Okay? We simply came here into this physical reality, into this illusion, this dream, is to forget who we are temporarily. And this is going to take many, 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 many lifetimes for you to figure out who you are. And who are you? God. There is nothing else. You are God. Period. Jesus told you this 2,000 years ago. I and the Father are one. He just wasn't talking about himself. You have to remember, when Jesus was speaking 2,000 years ago, two very important things were taking place. One, he was under Roman occupation, right? A brutal regime that he had to tiptoe around. Second, religion, the church, had the power to kill. And it's exactly what they did to him. Jesus came here as a rebel. He muddied up the water. He stirred things up. He pissed people off. And that's what he came here to do. But he did it through love. He loved unconditionally. He forgave unconditionally, because he knew everybody that he was talking to was another version of himself. He understood the game. He understood the illusion, that it wasn't real. He even told you the body is insignificant. It is immaterial. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't. I existed outside my body laying down on the bed. How can I tell you exactly what happened when this body, this brain, was laying on a bed and I'm above it at the ceiling, experiencing all that is, joining one with the Father? Okay? So Nick, hey, how do I interact with other people being high frequency? It seems everyone I rub off the wrong way. I can never understand that. That's because they're vibrating at a much lower level. So like before you got here, I was just talking about that I started this new job, right? And nobody likes me. I mean, nobody likes me. And I'm talking, they won't even talk to me, won't even look at me. They'll walk right on by. Okay? And that is because you're right, you're at a higher frequency. So you just have to forgive them and know that it's not really you that's doing it, right? You're making them, you're mirroring them, right? So when they look at you, they don't see it as this, but this is what's happening, Nick, is that they see the darkness within themselves, the ugliness, right? They don't like that feeling. So what do? They hate you. Let them hate you. Just forgive them and move on. Okay? You're just above them. You're not better than them. You're just vibrating at a higher frequency like I am. So just know that that is what is taking place and just go about your day. All right? Because that's all you can really do. There's nothing you can say or do that will make them like you. They just hate you, and that's fine. They're at where they need to be at the moment, right? Exactly where they are, and that's okay. Let them be there. They just have a lot of work to do. As a medium, I'm always say it's a matter of clearing your mind and realizing that we're all consciousness. If you can do that, then you can hear everything. You remember you took on consciousness, and you are not consciousness. When you came into this physical reality, that is when you took on duality. Duality is consciousness. Your mind then split, right? You have the ego, and then you have the Holy Spirit, right? The right mind and the wrong mind. This of the ego, this of the Holy Spirit. So that is where you created fear, guilt, and the ego. As soon as you took on duality, you lost all memory of home. You blocked it all out, right? So now you feel like you abandoned Father, that you are now, right, hell-bent on taking over Father, right? Because what does the ego want? The ego wants God dead, right? And he's hell-bent on doing that. Not only killing God, but killing you. But that's how limited his belief is, because he doesn't think that if he kills you, which is like, yay, he also dies, right? Because when I died, I had no more ego. I was at peace. There was no more war. There was no more anything. I was home. I knew it, right? So People love me or hate me. My frequency either grounds them and they love it, or make them feel face themselves and they fear it. Absolutely. That's what I do consistently, but more on I make them feel, the fear, because I vibrate so high. That's correct. That exactly. It's theirs. That's their problem. Yourself. You know that you're vibrating in a higher frequency. You're understanding the game. You've awakened, especially Next Level, who's had a near-death experience. She understands it. She has simply existed on the other side as a frequency, as a vibrational frequency. That's it, right? The 7 chakras. And what are the chakras? They're energy, or a frequency, okay, that we have within our bodies. That's simply how we exist. You're welcome, Nick. I love you. So just forgive them and move on. Just let it go, like I do. When people are walking by me, I don't even acknowledge them. That doesn't mean that I don't love them, right? I love them unconditionally, but they're at where they need to be at, and I understand that. So you guys go do you. You're right where you need to be. I am right where I need to be. So are you. So is Next Level, right? So that's how that works. I got another interview coming up too on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So I got to put in my time off request so I can fly down to Austin, Texas, which I'm really looking forward to being on that podcast. I feel so strongly within me that something good is going to happen, because he'll probably release that right around Christmas time for you guys. So you should be able to see me. And that NDE journey that I had in the beginning of August, I don't know where that episode is. It hasn't come out yet. So when it comes out, it comes out. But I'm really glad that Alex reached out to me, because I don't know how he found me. It could have been from one of you guys requesting me, for all I know. I mean, I don't know, but some of his, feelers could have found me and reached out to him. Oh, sorry guys, my back is killing me. But I'm happy to be on that podcast. So just because he's so big, right? Over 1.1 million, so that's I'm going to be seen. So maybe that's why I needed to be in California, because for 5 years, he never reached out to me while I've been putting out content on other people's channels, just telling my story. But the moment I get out here, 2 or 3 months into it, I'm there. So you see how that's the divine timing. Things are starting to progress. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. Any of you guys have any questions for me before I go? Because I'm really tired and I'm probably just going to go to sleep or lay down and get some rest. It's good to see you guys tonight. I am so happy to be back. I can't say for sure next week, but what I might have to do, guys, so pay attention to this, okay, is that I might have to move my lives from Friday night to Saturday, because I work from 5 to 5:30. I won't be on. By the time I come home, take a shower, it's almost 6:30, 7 o'clock by the time I can actually sit down and chillax a little bit. So I'll just push it to Saturday next week. Even though I have to work, I get out at noon. I can come home, take a shower, relax, maybe take a nap, and then I can come on Saturday night. So look for me next Saturday, same time, 7 p.m. Central. When I come on here, it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. So, yeah. So I wanted to get that out for you guys, that I'll just move it a day later. So I know a lot of people are busy on the weekends. If you can show up, you show up. If not, you can see the replay. But I don't want to miss the lives anymore, but it's been a brutal 2 weeks. I've had so much going on. I just couldn't do it. I just could not get on, and I apologize for that. I've missed you guys terribly. So I'm glad to see you guys show up. Yeah. But it's about divine timing. So any of you going through a process, anybody that manifests and are going through their meditations and wondering why it's not happening, keep those positive thoughts. Feel your emotions. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to get upset. All right. Don't live in it. Let it come, let it fester, cry, spout out a little bit, forgive yourself, and move on, because that is the Holy Spirit dragging the darkness out of you, and you will feel those emotions. Do not try to suppress them. Okay? Don't. Feel them, engage in them, and then say, I'm done. I'm gone. Get out. Right? And the Holy Spirit takes it, or mother, right? Because the Holy Spirit is Father's divine feminine, right? He created, that, like we are both male and female, right? Father's no exception. The Holy Spirit is the divine feminine of Father, which he created for us. Okay? So let the Holy Spirit take that stuff from you. Feel those emotions. It's okay. Both the males in here and the females. Cry. Let it out. It is beautiful. It's pure. It's unconditional love. Let the tears flow. Correct. Absolutely. But don't get where you guys do what you the problem you guys make is you sit in those and then you start to fester in it. Right? Well, he love you. No. Experience it, feel it, step outside of it and say, okay, that was okay to experience. I forgive myself, and then move on. Ditch it. Okay? Don't sit and let it fester. That's where you get stuck. Okay? So let them come up, have a really good cry, both males and females. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. I tell you guys all the time, I cry all the time. I stopped myself from crying 4 times at work today. I almost busted out bawling in front of everybody, right? So it's okay. Let those feelings arise. Let them come. Feel them, and then let them go. All right? Next Saturday, guys, I will be on, okay? I'm just working so much that I can't get to you on Fridays, and I apologize. So look for me next Saturday. I will be on at 5 p.m. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your love and support. I'm beyond grateful, truly beyond grateful for each and every one of you. And for those of that you have donated before in the past, I'm beyond blessed. Thank you. I love all of you so very much. This channel wouldn't be anything. I could teach to nothing or nobody, but you all consistently show up, and I am beyond blessed and honored, truly. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of that. I wish you all a blessed evening and a blessed weekend. And I will see you guys next Saturday. All right. If you guys have any questions, any topics that you want to discuss, when this gets done downloading, put them in there, and I will of course read all your comments, because I do, and it would be great topics to discuss. So whatever you have, put them in there, and I will get to you. So again, have a blessed night. Have a blessed weekend. I love you all so very much, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.